The strange encounter. On a distant planet named Vespera, the air was thick with mist, and strange creatures roamed the dense forests. Zara, a young alien girl with shimmering blue skin and bright green eyes, was on a mission to observe humans. She had heard many stories about these strange beings, but she had never seen one up close. Today was different. Today, Zara was determined to find a human and learn more about them. As she stepped softly through the underbrush, she noticed how the leaves crunched under her feet. The sound echoed in the stillness, making her heart race with excitement and fear. As she moved deeper into the forest, Zara suddenly spotted a clearing. In the middle stood a group of human soldiers. They were training, preparing for a mission. The sun shone brightly, making their skin glisten. Zara hid behind a large tree, peering out to watch them. Among the soldiers, one man stood out. His name was Jake. He was tall and strong, with short dark hair and piercing blue eyes. Zara watched as he ran through the training course, showing great skill and endurance. The cold air of Vespera seemed to have no effect on him. He pushed through the pain, and Zara couldn't help but feel impressed. As she watched Jake struggle against the icy wind and frigid temperatures, Zara felt a strange warmth in her chest. She had been told that humans were weak and fragile, but Jake was different. He faced the cold without fear, and Zara was captivated by his determination. She had never seen anyone like him. Suddenly, Jake stumbled. He fell to the ground, gasping for breath. Zara's heart skipped a beat. She felt a rush of concern for him. Without thinking, she stepped out from behind the tree, calling out, "Are you okay?" The soldiers turned to look at her, their expressions a mix of surprise and confusion. Jake looked up, his blue eyes widening as he saw her. "Who are you?" he asked, trying to catch his breath. Zara hesitated. She had never spoken to a human before. "I'm Zara," she replied softly. "I'm from another planet." Jake stood up slowly, brushing off the snow from his uniform. "Another planet? You mean like a visitor?" "Yes," Zara said, feeling shy under his gaze. "I came to learn about humans." The other soldiers murmured among themselves, unsure of what to think. Some looked wary, while others seemed fascinated. But Jake's expression was different. He looked intrigued, not afraid. "Well, you picked an interesting time to visit," he said, a smile breaking across his face. "We're training for an important mission. It's tough out here." Zara nodded, glancing around at the training course. "I see. It looks very hard." "It is," Jake replied, stepping closer to her. "But it's also rewarding. We learn to push ourselves and to work together. You should try it sometime." Zara felt a rush of excitement. "I would like that. I want to understand humans better." Jake's smile widened. "Then why don't you join us for a while? We could use some fresh energy out here." Zara felt a mixture of fear and thrill. Joining humans in their training was something she had never imagined doing. "Are you sure it's okay?" "Of course. We'd be happy to have you," Jake replied, motioning for her to come closer. As Zara stepped into the clearing, she felt nervous. The soldiers watched her with curiosity, but Jake seemed friendly. He guided her to a spot near the training course, explaining the exercises they were doing. "This is how we prepare for different situations," he said, showing her how to do a basic drill. Zara watched intently, trying to follow along. The humans moved with such confidence, their teamwork impressive. She noticed how they encouraged each other, cheering when one of them succeeded. This was not what she had expected. Humans were supposed to be weak, yet here they were, showing strength and unity. After a while, Zara felt braver. She attempted one of the exercises, running through the course. It was tough, and she stumbled a few times, but Jake was there, cheering her on. "You're doing great, Zara. Keep going." His support made her heart race with joy. For the first time, Zara felt a connection to the humans. They were not just creatures from another planet. They were individuals with dreams, fears, and hopes. As she trained with them, she realized that they had a spirit that she admired deeply. After a long day of training, the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the forest. Zara and Jake sat on a fallen log, both tired but happy. "Thank you for letting me join you," Zara said, her voice filled with gratitude. Jake turned to her, his expression sincere. "It was great having you here. You have a lot of potential, Zara. You're stronger than you think." Zara smiled, feeling a sense of pride. She had come to observe humans, but now she felt like she was part of something bigger. The bonds she was forming with these soldiers would change everything she thought she knew about her own kind and theirs. As the stars began to twinkle in the sky, Zara looked at Jake, her heart swelling with admiration. She had found something unexpected on this strange planet. A connection, a friendship, and perhaps a new understanding of what it meant to be strong. Little did she know, this was only the beginning of her journey into the world of humans, where surprises awaited her at every turn. Bonds of friendship. The following days were filled with laughter and hard work as Zara continued to train with the human soldiers. Each morning, she would wake up early, filled with excitement to learn and grow stronger alongside them. She had quickly become a part of their team, and the soldiers welcomed her warmly. Jake became her closest friend. He always encouraged her and helped her improve. Zara admired his dedication and strength. Each time they practiced, she learned something new, not just about the training, but also about the humans themselves. They shared stories of their lives, their hopes, and their dreams. In return, Zara told them about her home planet of Vespera, a place of beauty with vibrant colors and gentle creatures. One day, as they were taking a break from training, Zara and Jake sat under a large tree. The leaves rustled gently in the wind, and the sun filtered through the branches, casting dappled shadows on the ground. "Zara, do you ever miss your home?" Jake asked, sipping from a water bottle. Zara looked up at the sky, her heart feeling heavy for a moment. "Sometimes," she admitted, "but I feel happy here. You all have become like family to me." Jake smiled warmly. "We're glad to have you. You bring something special to our group. Your spirit is strong." Just then, a loud cheer erupted from the other soldiers. Zara turned to see them celebrating as one of their own completed an obstacle course with impressive speed. The joy in the air was contagious, and Zara couldn't help but smile. "I love this," she exclaimed. "Everyone is so supportive." "Exactly," Jake replied. "That's what makes us stronger. We lift each other up." As the sun set, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple, the soldiers gathered around a campfire. They shared stories, laughter, and food. Zara felt a warmth in her heart as she listened to their tales. Each story revealed a piece of their lives, and she felt more connected to them than ever. One soldier, a man named Tom, told a funny story about a mishap during a training drill. The way he described his blunder made everyone burst into laughter. Zara found herself laughing along, feeling a sense of belonging that she had never felt before. After the stories, Jake turned to Zara, his eyes twinkling. "How about you tell us a story from Vespera?" he suggested. The others nodded eagerly, looking at her with curiosity. Zara hesitated for a moment. She had never shared her stories with anyone before, but looking at their excited faces, she felt encouraged. "Okay, I will tell you about the Day of Light," she began. On Vespera, there was a special festival where the sky lit up with colors as creatures danced in celebration. Zara painted a vivid picture of her home, describing the radiant lights and the joyful gatherings. As she spoke, she saw wonder in their eyes, and it made her heart swell with pride. When she finished, there was a moment of silence before the soldiers erupted in applause. "That sounds amazing, Zara," Jake said. "I wish I could see it one day." "Maybe you will," Zara replied, her voice hopeful. "I would love to show you my home." As the fire crackled and the stars twinkled above them, Zara realized that she had found something truly special among these humans. They were not just soldiers, they were friends, and they had shown her what it meant to be part of a team. Days turned into weeks, and Zara continued to grow stronger, both physically and emotionally. She learned to adapt to the cold climate, pushing her limits and surprising herself with her resilience. The training sessions became a mix of hard work and joy, and the friendships deepened with each passing day. One afternoon, while they were practicing combat techniques, Zara felt a surge of determination. Jake had just finished demonstrating a move when she boldly declared, "I want to try that." Iher sighed. "Are you sure?" Jake asked, a hint of concern in his voice. "It can be tough." "I am sure," Zara replied confidently. "I want to learn." With a nod of approval, Jake guided her through the motions. She felt powerful as she practiced the moves, channeling her inner strength. The soldiers watched her with encouragement, and soon, she executed the technique successfully. "See, you did it," Jake cheered, clapping his hands. Zara's heart swelled with pride. "Thank you, Jake. Your support means so much to me." As they finished the training for the day, Jake walked beside Zara, their bond growing stronger with each moment they shared. "Zara, I've been thinking. We're preparing for a big mission soon, and I want you to be part of it," he said. "Really? I would love that," Zara exclaimed, her excitement evident. "Great. We'll need all the strength we can get," Jake said with a grin. "And I believe you have that strength." Zara felt a rush of happiness. She had come to this planet to learn about humans, but she had found so much more. She had found friendship, support, and a sense of belonging. As they walked together under the setting sun, Zara knew that her life was forever changed, and she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead with her new friends the first mission. The days turned into a whirlwind of training, laughter, and growing friendships. Zara felt more at home with each passing moment. The bond she shared with Jake and the other soldiers deepened, filling her heart with warmth and courage. Finally, the day of the mission arrived. The atmosphere buzzed with excitement and nervous energy. Soldiers moved around, preparing their gear, checking weapons, and discussing strategies. Zara watched, her heart pounding with anticipation. This was her chance to prove herself and to support her new friends. Jake found her among the busy soldiers and gave her an encouraging smile. "Are you ready?" he asked, his voice steady. Zara nodded, feeling a mix of fear and determination. "I am ready. I want to help." "Good. Remember, we're a team. Trust each other, and we'll be fine," Jake reassured her. They gathered in a large room where the mission briefing took place. The commanding officer explained the situation. A nearby alien faction had been causing trouble, and it was their job to investigate and restore peace. Zara listened intently, absorbing every detail. As the officer finished, he looked directly at Zara. "You have been training hard, and your skills will be valuable. Stay close to Jake and follow his lead." Feeling a rush of pride, Zara knew she had earned her place among them. As they made their way to the transport ship, she felt a sense of purpose. She was not just an alien. She was part of this team, fighting for a cause that mattered. Once aboard the ship, Zara sat beside Jake. The engine roared to life, and the ship lifted off the ground. She looked out of the window, watching as the world below shrank into a patchwork of colors. The feeling of flight thrilled her. She was ready for whatever awaited them. During the journey, the soldiers shared stories, jokes, and strategies to calm their nerves. Zara felt the camaraderie wash over her, and she joined in, laughing at their banter. The bond they shared was unbreakable, and she felt grateful to be part of it. When they arrived at the location, the atmosphere shifted. The team disembarked, and Zara felt the tension in the air. The commanding officer laid out the plan. They would approach the alien camp, gather information, and, if necessary, confront them. Zara's heart raced, knowing she was stepping into the unknown. As they approached the camp, Zara stayed close to Jake, her heartbeat matching the rhythm of their footsteps. The landscape around them was alien, filled with strange plants and towering structures that seemed to pulse with energy. She felt a sense of awe mixed with fear. Suddenly, they spotted the aliens ahead. They were unlike anything Zora had seen before, tall and imposing, with skin that shimmered in the light. The commanding officer signaled for them to halt. "Let's observe first. We need to understand their intentions," he whispered. Zara focused her gaze on the aliens, trying to assess their behavior. She could see them moving about, their voices echoing in a language she couldn't understand. The soldiers around her exchanged worried glances, tension building in the air. Building trust. The sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the alien landscape as Zara stood with Jake and the soldiers. The atmosphere was thick with uncertainty and hope as the first signs of understanding began to blossom between the humans and the aliens. Zara's heart raced as she faced the alien leader, who now seemed more curious than hostile. The commanding officer spoke first. "We are here to help, but we need to know more about your concerns." The alien leader nodded, its posture relaxed but still commanding. It gestured for Zara to continue. She felt a rush of pride and nervousness. This was her moment to bridge the gap between their two worlds. "Your people seem worried about the actions of others," Zara said, her voice steady. "We want to listen. We want to find a way to solve this together." The alien leader's expression softened further. It spoke again, its words slowly forming a coherent message. "We fear invasion. Our resources are scarce. The balance of our world is fragile." Zara nodded, absorbing the information. "We understand. Our mission is not to take, but to protect." She felt a wave of determination wash over her. "Perhaps we can work together to ensure both our worlds remain safe." Jake stepped forward, his confidence shining through. "We can share resources and knowledge. Let's discuss how we can help each other instead of fighting." The soldiers around Zora listened intently, their eyes filled with hope. They could see the potential for a new alliance, one that could change the course of their futures. As the conversation continued, the alien leader introduced its advisors, a group of beings with varying features. Some were tall and slender, while others were shorter with vibrant skin colors. Each had a unique look, representing the diversity within their society. Zara felt a wave of excitement. "If we can learn about your ways and share our technology, we might be able to find a solution." She turned to Jake, who nodded in agreement. The alien leader seemed intrigued. "Your technology is powerful, but can you be trusted?" This question hung heavy in the air. Zara knew that trust would not come easily. "We have to prove ourselves," she replied, her voice firm. "Let's start by sharing stories. We can show you our intentions through our actions." The alien leader considered this, then nodded. "We will give you a chance, but know that betrayal will not be tolerated." Zara felt a surge of hope. This was the opportunity they needed to build a relationship. She smiled, feeling a connection form between them. "We will not let you down," she promised. As the evening settled in, the two groups gathered around a large fire, sharing stories and experiences. Zara felt her heart swell with pride as she introduced her own stories, detailing Earth's history, its struggles, and its triumphs. The soldiers added their experiences, recounting tales of bravery and camaraderie. The aliens listened with rapt attention. In return, they shared their own history, filled with ancient traditions, tales of survival, and their deep connection to the land. Zara learned about their unique way of life, their respect for nature, and their customs that had guided them for centuries. She felt honored to be part of this exchange, and it deepened her desire to help. As the night wore on, laughter filled the air. The tension that had once gripped them slowly faded, replaced by an emerging bond. Zara saw Jake laughing with one of the alien advisors, their differences melting away in the warmth of friendship. But the mission was not over. They had to demonstrate their commitment to peace. The commanding officer suggested they conduct joint training exercises. This would not only improve their skills, but also foster trust and teamwork. The following day, The soldiers set up a training area. Zara watched as the humans and aliens prepared to practice together. She felt a thrill of excitement at the thought of learning from each other. Jake clapped her on the shoulder. "Are you ready for this?" he asked, a playful smile on his face. "Absolutely," Zara replied, her enthusiasm infectious. "Let's show them what we can do." The training began, and the soldiers quickly discovered that their strengths complemented each other. The humans taught the aliens techniques for hand-to-hand combat, while the aliens demonstrated their agility and unique abilities in stealth. Zara felt a surge of pride as she practiced alongside Jake, her movements fluid and confident. The aliens were impressed by the humans' resilience, and the humans were fascinated by the aliens' flexibility and skill. As the sun began to set, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, Zara realized they were forging a new path. Trust was building with each shared laugh, each moment of cooperation. That evening, they gathered again around the fire. The atmosphere was filled with camaraderie and respect. Zara shared her dreams for a future where humans and aliens could stand together, united against threats. The alien leader listened closely. "You speak of a vision we share, but the path will be difficult. Others may not agree with this alliance." Zara nodded, knowing they would face challenges ahead. "We will face them together," she replied, her heart steady. As the fire crackled and the stars twinkled above, Zara felt a sense of belonging she had never experienced before. She was no longer just an alien girl. She was a vital part of a mission that could change the course of their histories. In that moment, surrounded by new friends and allies, Zara understood that together they could create a future built on trust, understanding, and friendship. The journey had just begun, but she knew it would lead them to greatness. Facing the threat. The days turned into weeks, and the alliance between the humans and aliens grew stronger. Zara watched as her friends, both human and alien, worked together, sharing skills and knowledge. They trained hard, laughing and joking, but the shadow of a threat loomed over them. Rumors spread about an impending invasion from a powerful warlord, one who sought to conquer both their worlds. One evening, as Zara sat around the fire with Jake and their new alien friends, the alien leader approached them, a serious look on its face. The atmosphere changed instantly, the laughter fading as everyone turned their attention to the leader. "We have received troubling news," the leader said, its voice grave. "A warlord from the north has sent scouts to our lands. He seeks to claim our resources and enslave our people." Zara felt a chill run down her spine. The happiness of their newfound alliance was threatened by a force that could tear them apart. "What do we do?" she asked, her voice steady but laced with concern. The alien leader looked at the humans, then back at Zara. "We must prepare. This warlord will not just come for us. He will come for you as well. Together, we must defend our homes." Jake stood up, his determination shining through. "We can train the soldiers further. If we work together, we can create a united front against this warlord." The humans nodded, rallying behind him. Zara felt a surge of pride in her heart. They had come so far, and now they had to stand together to protect what they had built. "We'll set up defenses. We can use the skills we've learned to prepare for the worst," she suggested. The group spent the next few days in a frenzy of activity. They fortified their camp, constructing barriers and lookout points. Zara led a team of both humans and aliens, working tirelessly to ensure their safety. The alien warriors taught the humans how to camouflage themselves within the environment, while the humans shared their knowledge of weapons and tactics. As they worked, Zara felt the bond between them strengthen. They were no longer just two different groups. They were a united force, fighting for each other's survival. During breaks, they shared stories of their homes and dreams for the future, laughing together and fostering a deep sense of connection. But the threat was real, and Zara could feel the tension in the air. One morning, while on patrol with Jake, they spotted movement in the distance. A group of alien soldiers had spotted a fleet of ships approaching. The warlord had arrived. Jake, Look. Zora pointed toward the horizon, her heart racing. We need to get back and warn everyone. They rushed back to the camp, where chaos erupted. The soldiers were already preparing for battle, gathering weapons and armor. Zara felt a mixture of fear and determination. They had trained for this, but now it was real. The alien leader gathered everyone, its voice commanding attention. The warlord comes with a great army. We must stand together. We are stronger united than divided. Zara stepped forward, her voice ringing with confidence. We've trained hard, and we can do this. Let's show the warlord that we will not back down. The soldiers cheered, their spirits lifted by her words. Zara felt the energy surge around her as they prepared for battle. She could see the determination in their eyes, and she knew they were ready to fight for their new alliance. As the ships drew closer, the sounds of battle began to fill the air. Zara stood alongside Jake, the alien soldiers flanking them. The warlord's fleet landed with a thud, and out poured his soldiers, brutal and menacing, ready to conquer. The battle began with a deafening roar as the two sides clashed. Zara fought alongside her friends, her heart pounding as she dodged blows and countered with quick strikes. Jake was by her side, fighting valiantly, and together they pushed forward, determined to protect what they had built. The air was thick with chaos, and Zara could see the alien leader fighting fiercely, commanding its troops with grace and power. The humans and aliens worked together seamlessly, using their combined skills to outmaneuver the enemy. But the warlord was relentless. Zara could see his forces pushing forward, and she felt a surge of desperation. They had to turn the tide of battle. Fall back, the alien leader shouted. Regroup at the center. Zara and Jake led their team back, fighting fiercely to keep the enemy at bay. They reached the center of their camp, where the remaining soldiers gathered, regrouping and ready to face the warlord head-on. Now is the time to show our strength, Zora called out, her voice ringing with determination. We fight for each other. We fight for our future. The soldiers roared in response, their spirits ignited by her words. They readied themselves for one final charge. With a battle cry, they surged forward, the combined force of humans and aliens overwhelming the warlord's soldiers. Zora fought with all her strength, feeling the adrenaline surge through her veins. In the chaos, she spotted the warlord at the front of his army, his eyes filled with rage as he saw his forces being pushed back. Zara felt a surge of courage and sprinted toward him, Jake right behind her. As they reached the warlord, a fierce battle ensued. Zara and Jake fought side by side, using everything they had learned to face this powerful enemy. The clash of metal and shouts filled the air as they dodged his strikes and countered with their own. With one final blow, Zara landed a powerful strike against the warlord, sending him staggering back. The battle shifted as the enemy soldiers began to retreat, realizing their leader had fallen. As the dust settled, Zara stood panting, her heart racing. They had done it. Together, they had fought against the odds and emerged victorious. The soldiers cheered, their voices ringing out in triumph. Zara looked at Jake, their eyes meeting in a moment of pure joy and relief. They had faced the darkness together and emerged stronger than ever. As the sun began to set, casting a warm glow over the battlefield, Zara knew that this victory was just the beginning. Together, they would continue to build their alliance, ensuring that peace reigned between their worlds. The journey ahead would be challenging, but they would face it together, united as friends and allies. A new beginning. The aftermath of the battle was bittersweet. The alliance between humans and aliens had triumphed, but the cost had been high. As the sun rose over the battlefield, Zara surveyed the area, taking in the remnants of the conflict. Many soldiers had been lost, and the grief was palpable in the air. Friends had fallen, but they had fought bravely for their future. Zara walked among the remaining soldiers, offering words of comfort and solidarity. We did this together, she told them. They fought for us, and we will honor their sacrifice by continuing to build a better world. Jake stood by her side, a comforting presence as they moved through the camp. The warlord's forces may be gone, but we need to stay vigilant. There may be more threats ahead, he reminded her. His voice was steady, but Zara could see the concern in his eyes. The alien leader gathered everyone in the main square, a somber yet hopeful expression on its face. We have won this battle, but we must remember that peace takes work. Together, we will rebuild what was lost and strengthen our bond. Zara felt a surge of determination. They had fought for each other, and now they needed to heal together. Let's hold a memorial for those we lost, she suggested, looking around at the gathered soldiers. We should honor their bravery and commitment to this cause. The alien leader nodded, and soon the soldiers began preparing for the memorial. They constructed a simple structure made of branches and leaves, a beautiful yet humble tribute to their fallen comrades. Zara helped decorate it with flowers and mementos from both humans and aliens, symbolizing their unity. As the night deepened, Zara felt a sense of peace. They were not just allies, they were family. And together, they would conquer whatever lay ahead, ready to embrace the adventure of life in a new and united world. As the sun began to set, the soldiers gathered around the memorial, their faces solemn yet filled with a sense of hope. Zara stood at the front, her heart heavy but determined. Today, we remember those who fought for us, she began, her voice strong yet soft. They showed us the strength of our alliance and the power of friendship. We will carry their spirits with us as we continue to build our future. Jake stepped forward, sharing his own thoughts. They may be gone, but their courage lives on in each of us. We will honor their memory by standing together and protecting one another. Tears flowed freely as stories were shared, tales of bravery, friendship, and sacrifice. The atmosphere shifted from sorrow to hope as they remembered their fallen comrades and celebrated their lives. Zara felt a sense of unity among the soldiers, a bond that would carry them through the challenges ahead. As the memorial concluded, Zara looked out at her friends, both human and alien. This is just the beginning. We have the chance to create something amazing together. Let's work to ensure that what we build here lasts forever. The soldiers cheered, their spirits lifted. Zara could feel the energy in the air, a powerful reminder of their shared strength. They were no longer just a group of individuals. They were a united force, ready to face whatever challenges awaited them. In the days that followed, they focused on rebuilding and fortifying their alliance. Zara and Jake worked closely with the alien leader, developing plans to strengthen their defenses and share their knowledge. They organized training sessions, blending human tactics with alien strategies, creating a unique approach to combat. Zara also initiated cultural exchanges, inviting alien friends to share their traditions while teaching her comrades about human customs. They held celebrations filled with music, dance, and laughter, fostering deeper connections between the two groups. One evening, during one of their gatherings, Zara noticed an alien child watching curiously from the edge of the group. She approached, kneeling down to meet the child's eyes. "Would you like to join us?" she asked, her voice warm and inviting. The child nodded shyly. Stepping closer, Zara took the child's hand and led them into the festivities. "This is a celebration of our friendship. You can dance and have fun with us." As they twirled and laughed together, Zara felt a sense of fulfillment. She was helping to build a future where humans and aliens could coexist peacefully, where children could grow up knowing that their differences were a source of strength rather than division. Meanwhile, Jake and the alien leader were busy strategizing. "We need to establish communication with other alien races. We must ensure that our alliance is known and respected," Jake suggested, drawing maps and making plans. The alien leader nodded. "We have friends and allies across the galaxy. We can create a network of support to safeguard our worlds against future threats." As they worked, Zora could see the determination in their eyes. The bond they had forged was stronger than any force that sought to divide them. They were ready to face the challenges ahead together. One night, as Zara and Jake sat under the stars, she turned to him. "We've come so far, haven't we?" Jake smiled, his eyes reflecting the starlight. "We have. And there's so much more to do. But I believe in us. I believe in our alliance." Zara leaned back, gazing up at the stars. "I can't wait to see what the future holds for us. Together, we can achieve anything." Their conversation lingered in the air, a promise of hope and determination. They were ready to face the universe, armed with friendship and loyalty. Together, they would show the galaxy that humans and aliens could stand united, ready to protect their homes and build a brighter future for all. A message across the stars. Weeks had passed since the memorial, and the camp was thriving with renewed energy. Zara, Jake, and the alien leader had worked tirelessly to strengthen their alliance, and now they were ready to reach out to other civilizations. A plan was forming. They would send a message across the stars to seek new allies and share their story of unity and resilience. In the main tent, a large holographic projector stood at the center, its blue light flickering as Zara and Jake prepared their message. "We need to convey not just our strength, but also our values," Zara said, her fingers dancing over the control panel. "We want to show them that cooperation and friendship are the keys to success." Jake nodded, glancing at the alien leader beside him. "And we need to make it clear that we will protect those who join us. They must know they won't stand alone." The alien leader stepped forward, its voice resonating with authority. "We will create a message that honors our fallen comrades and speaks of our commitment to peace. Let's show the galaxy that we stand together." After hours of collaboration, they finalized their message. The holographic display projected an image of the combined forces of humans and aliens, united in purpose. Below the image, words flashed across the screen. "Together, we are stronger. Join us in building a future where every life matters." As they prepared to send the message, anticipation hung in the air. Zara's heart raced with excitement and nervousness. "This is it," she said, glancing at Jake. "This could change everything." Jake smiled reassuringly. "We've got this. Together, we'll make a difference." With a final press of a button, the message shot into the void of space, traveling faster than the speed of light. They watched the hologram flicker and fade, their hearts filled with hope. Days turned into weeks as they waited for a response. Zara kept busy organizing training sessions and cultural exchanges, but her mind often wandered back to the message. What if no one answers? She worried aloud to Jake one evening as they stargazed. Jake took her hand, squeezing it gently. "We've put our best foot forward. It takes time for others to respond, especially when they're unsure of us." Just as Zara was about to respond, a commotion broke out near the communication tent. Soldiers rushed to the area, their faces lit with excitement. "We have a reply," one shouted, waving a holographic tablet. Zara and Jake exchanged glances and hurried to the front. The alien leader joined them, its eyes filled with curiosity. The soldier held up the tablet, projecting a message from an alien civilization known as the Vortex. The hologram displayed a figure, tall and imposing, with shimmering scales and bright, intelligent eyes. "Greetings, humans and allies of the Galactic Council. We have received your message and are intrigued by your proposal for unity." Zara felt her heart race. "They're interested," she whispered to Jake. The Vortex leader continued. "We have faced many threats alone, and the idea of a coalition is appealing. However, we seek proof of your strength and commitment. We propose a meeting to discuss terms and to assess your abilities firsthand." Jake stepped forward, his voice firm. "We accept your proposal. We will demonstrate our strength and our resolve to protect our allies." The Vortex leader nodded, a slight smile breaking through its stern features. "We will coordinate a meeting at the designated coordinates. Prepare yourselves. We will send a fleet to observe your forces." As the hologram faded, Zara's heart swelled with hope. "This is our chance. We can show them what we're made of." The alien leader raised a hand, bringing everyone's attention to it. We must prepare. This meeting will determine our future. We need to show the Vortex our unity and strength. Zara and Jake quickly organized a strategy session with the commanders of both the human and alien forces. They shared ideas and crafted a plan to impress the Vortex, while showcasing their combined might. Let's show them how well we work together, Jake suggested. A joint training exercise could highlight our strengths. Zara nodded in agreement. And we should prepare a demonstration of our technological advancements, especially our ships and weapons. We need them to see our commitment to this alliance. The soldiers worked tirelessly, preparing for the upcoming meeting. They polished their ships, practiced combat maneuvers, and rehearsed speeches. Zara felt a growing sense of camaraderie as the soldiers shared their skills and knowledge. As the day of the meeting approached, a palpable energy filled the camp. Zara felt the excitement in the air, her anticipation mixed with a hint of anxiety. What if the Vortex didn't believe in their vision? Jake sensed her tension and placed a hand on her shoulder. We've come this far together. No matter what happens, we're a team. We'll face this challenge side by side. Zara nodded, taking a deep breath to steady herself. The day finally arrived, and the skies were clear as they prepared for the Vortex fleet's arrival. The anticipation built as they watched the horizon, hoping to catch a glimpse of their potential allies. As the Vortex ships descended from the clouds, Zara felt a mixture of awe and determination. The ships were massive, their sleek designs glinting in the sunlight. This was the moment that could change everything. The alien leader stood beside Zara and Jake, its posture confident. Let us show them the strength of our alliance. As the Vortex ships landed, Zara took a deep breath, ready to embrace whatever lay ahead. She believed in their mission and in the power of unity. Together, they would build a future that transcended species, a future where everyone had a place among the stars.